synced.
Madhavaya Namaha,
Let's try it
Govindaya
right
Namaha,
here. And like,
Keshavaya Namaha, Narayanaya Namaha, Madhavaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, Keshavaya Namaha, Narayanaya Namaha, Madhavaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, Keshavaya Namaha.
call it what you will. I don't know. I just started noodling around and this is what came out. So we're rolling with it. Because that's, you know, I'm down with that shit. Let's go pink. Pink is nice. Looking pink. So I need to layer some more percussion into this mess. Pan you left. Pan you, you're already panned right, but a little bit more. I love that. That's the Templegio with the Qubit. It's just Qubit driving, just doing its thing. 8-part thing. Just doing its thing. Just hanging out. It's just hanging out, playing some fake claves. Had to be done, sorry. Hi, Iris. Let's get some more percussion going. Guess what that means? Gamut repetitor bongos, motherfucker. That's right. Gamut repetitor bongos. Gamut repetitor bongos. Everything will be said on the beat with gamut repetitor bongos. Gamut repetitor bongos. Gamut repetitor bongos. What this means basically is, first of all, let's reset this part. I use the T networks. A couple channels of the T networks. A couple channels of that there. Gamut repetitor spitting out trigs. And we get like, whoa, buddy, you clock boosted. Hi. Okay, let's tune those a little. They're a little high. Avoid thirds in your tuning for drums. A helpful tip. I don't like that. You know what'd be cool with this rhythm? This ride cymbal. Terrible ride cymbal. But we'll drench it in reverb and we'll alleviate that shitty sample tail. Could use more. We need more percussion. And then in comes the rample. Because the rample and the dot, I've got the dot sequencer here. This little guy, little Euclidean XOX Duwacky. Used to be my main drum sequencer until I got Der Stolper Beats. Which was probably a wise trade-off, because while it embiggened my sequencer by a massive amount. It is, man, it's just so much fun to play with. It's so immediate. Like, you don't have to program it, but it's really easy to program. And, you know, it's all good. So what I'm thinking here is just like, let's just set up a channel with like, find one of these percussion voices. And there's a few in here. They're sort of buried. And set up some Euclidean overlapping rhythms and stuff. But it's still getting a reset every 2 measures. Jesus. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, no, it's going to bug me too much. Let's move everything over. That's better. Okay. So then we just kind of like... Actually, I want this on 4. Let's put this one faster. 7. And this one will be 5. My reverb needs to chill a little bit. It's the ridiculous verb. I'm not a big fan of early reflections in my reverb. But give me some nice airy diffusion. Like, I don't like those little things. What's up, Ethos? The entity formerly known as Bell. Dude, that right there, that little triangle E pattern from the Templegio and the Bloom, that's making this. It's hard pan that shit. Yes, especially with the delay. Not quite hard pan. I like that snare pattern better.
केशवाय नमः नारायणाय नमः माधवाय नमः गोविन्दाय नमः केशवाय नमः
So it sounds like that vocal sample is off by a little, and it is. Right at the beginning, it's like how it was recorded. It's kind of janky. Okay, I want to convert channel 4 here to a half note random bipolar. Yeah. So it just kind of goes like, spits out a random voltage, but that's making the freeze hit.
केशवाय नमः नारायणाय नमः माधवाय नमः गोविन्दाय नमः केशवाय नमः नारायणाय नमः माधवाय नमः गोविन्दाय नमः केशवाय नमः नारायणाय
Yeah, it is being clocked to the beat. It's getting a 4-measure reset. Okay, so it's I have my clock. My clock is set to the tempo that they supposedly recorded it at. But this is a performance where whoever was singing it rushed that first lick just a little bit. And so everything else works. That's literally the only point of the sample where it doesn't mesh up with the beat. Everything else is like hard locked in. And it's a little strange. Yeah, that's all. I'm just saying, you know. So we just live with it. And honestly, you're not even going to notice it when everything else is playing. So, you know. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to take off my sweatshirt real quick because it's getting toasty in here. Glurk. So I need a bass line. And I've already been thinking. So, for my students at school today, I played them some Infected Mushroom. Specifically a tune called Shakaka, because A, it's short. Oh yeah, hey Mario, I missed you, sorry. It's short, it's only like 4 minutes long, as opposed to the typical fucking 8-minute long barn burners that Infected Mushroom usually puts out, right? And it has this really catchy vocal sample in it, and it's like and it's just so damn fun to sing. So I was like singing it all day, but man, like the bass line in that tune is so goddamn squishy. And I'll tell you what, take a second, find that track. It's called Shakakaw, Shakawkaw, by Infected Mushroom, right? It's off of Converting Vegetarians. Their second disc on Converting Vegetarians, which is the more experimental weird shit, which is that whole disc is like freaking brilliant. It has one of my favorites too, Balerium, which is like, it goes reggae, and then there's like tuned frogs, and you're like, what the hell is happening here? But if anybody's going to make it work, it's Infected Mushroom, you know. And if you're not aware of Infected Mushroom, for God's sake, get there now. Vicious Delicious, the song, has one of the most epic build-up, breakdown build-up sections I have ever heard in any song ever. It's honestly, it just makes you want to like break shit when everything kicks in at the end. And I don't know, they're brilliant. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe like a squishy bass line today, lots of resonance. Hey Kenneth. And I'm thinking, how are we going to affect this? What we need is a filter with multiple ins, preferably a built-in VCA, which basically leaves me with one. So that's the font. The font or the piston Honda, either one would fit the bill. So, hey Yusuf. Oh yeah, in Shakaka, that like acoustic guitar too, like it's a knowing them, that's like one note, because I think that's how they did those things. Like they sampled each note and basically just played it on a keyboard because they didn't play guitar. Hey, that works for me. Same with like the chunky, like distorted guitars. Those are just like samples that they just like recorded and then tweaked in a synth. Okay, bass. Enough jabber. Let's see, what are we gonna do for this? I remember last week I used a mono bass. And that was cool. But I don't know. Nah, let's go big here. So that means the black and blue, and we put it into the font filter. I don't think this is gonna reach, is it? No, because you had to put your outputs in a weird, jacked up place. All of those modules have the outputs in the middle. Yeah, you know, next Friday is Halloween. And so I'm thinking I'm gonna be late. We have like trick or treating till 7 p.m. I'm in Central Time. I'm outside Chicago. Okay, so I guess after 7 p.m., I'm sure we'll just like turn off the outside light, and then I'll probably head to the studio after that. Yeah, is that a specific style, or do you just mean like I want to make like screaming torture noises and stuff like that, like a horrifying drone soundscape kind of thing? Because I was thinking of that. Some kind of like eerie and threatening ambient blob. Let's see. I just need an output set of cables, that's it. And we got to patch ourselves some gates and a decent quantity of, I think, like more fast-moving, like CV. Like there's definitely room for like slower rhythmic stuff for sure, but that's an appropriate amount of resonance. Let's get some sub though. Oh baby. That's a bit much, maybe? Yes? I think that's actually clipping the mixer channel. You crazy, Font. You crazy. Okay, there's our canvas. Let's make this kind of complex. Yeah, I guess just a whole measure. We can just do like super simple gate patterns now. So the first thing I always do when I'm thinking about a bass line is rhythm, especially given your basic kick and snare pattern. I want to hear that triangle again. So the pitch output of the bloom is doing the decay time, by the way. It's just straight up tuned to an E. We are in E Phrygian dominant tonight. Hey, you didn't load my settings, you bastard. There you go. I want that stereo oscilloscope action going. For no particular reason other than the visuals. Hi, visuals. womp, wanna, womp, 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 wanna, womp, womp, womp. Okay, this is going to be weird. So this is going to be here. But it. Boom. 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 Yeah, that's easy enough. D, low D, except we're going to go high D. D4, E4, and then E4 here. You won't reach either. None of this shit's reaching. Frequency right here. And then we need El Gate. But we chill with the voltage a little bit. What if we give it a little bit of water? That might be fairly tasty, but it needs to be
Ameliorated. Yes.
with some bullprop. Yeah, that's where it is. Okay. Oh hell, there it is. Yes. Okay, now here's an easy hack for all you synth lovers. No, just I'm gonna patch my sloths into the time of the envelope. Tim, just a little bit. Let's actually put it in the quick sloths. Sounds not low enough. That's better. I kind of feel like patching the VCA. Yep, patching the VCA. We're gonna patch up the VCA now. Gonna patching up the VCA. Let's take a dividing cable. Patching up the VCA into the drive. That's not nearly as cool. And it lost all of its balls. You feel like between the hits, you feel that this still is just like, you still get that warm, gooey undertone. I don't know why I had reverb on my bass. What a bad idea. What a bad idea. What a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. It's true, I was there. I concur. Okay. I dig. We need a subsequence. Yep, we do. Whole note. Chord changes. How about we get on to D minor, we go up to F major, and then we go back. That'd be easy. I think quite effective. Okay, so what that also means is I need to go in here and delete this guy, and then we duplicate. Why you do the thing that I say you didn't do? Okay, no, what I want to do is go to duplicate this preset in there. So then what we do is we go to A1 again, and we just turn the subsequencer off. And then we go to A2 and make sure it's enabled, and that's all we really have to do. Okay, cool. I definitely feel the need for some kind of acidy line going down. Oh, and I also already pre-recorded a blob of goo, so I need to patch that. Let's do that before I forget, because I will. The blob of goo is coming from the Praeterio Versio. This guy. And then Zagreb filter. Just put it in H! Let's try the yeah, it's just a single note with some sort of droney background stuff. And we'll give it a little bit of rhythmic modulation.
Madhavaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, Keshavaya Namaha, Narayanaya Namaha, 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 Madhavaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, Keshavaya Namaha.
Oh, settle down, buddy. Michael. my delay is just FX8. It's a low pass delay program. Pro tip: clock your delays with your snare. Just put a little delay on your snare. I don't know. Not a lot of people, I don't think, work in the box with like a mixer in hand like this. Well, we can also go. Go crazy with the cheese whiz on the res. When it comes time for that. Okay, yeah. I get it. I get it. That's all you ever say. Okay, next part. Let's do another part. I want to use the Demon Core for some kind of like cool, like ravey, weird lead. Not what I usually do, which is generally a chord part of some sort. We could do both. It could be a rave lead, but it's still polyphonic, because polyphonic modular is lots of fun. Hey! My Rhodes isn't plugged in. That's terrible. Oh my goodness. Now it is. Polyphonic modular is lots of fun. Okay, sea legs. I get it. Okay. Goodbye. Also, I am turning on the synth because we need some arbahar stuff, and I actually have some cool ideas with that. We have these 6 layers, and I'm like, hey, why don't we just use those? So, like, when I do the chord changes, it's going to be more of a lush, like a pad kind of thing. But during places where we're just hanging in E for a while, jamming, like, I'm going to script a couple of different configurations, chord configurations and sounds, like higher stuff, you know? And then one could... It would be interesting to give it a timed envelope or something like that for the playhead, so it just constantly like cycled in the same direction. That might be too adventurous for tonight. My brain is feeling a little bit feeble, so you know, we'll have to see. I'm thinking. Let's see. First, yeah, let's do our bar stuff first. Let's do some hijinks with some really simple. I'm gonna do really simple sounds here. So I'm gonna fire up my DAW and just use a basic single sawtooth polysynth with like no filter. Where is my subtractor? There you are. Okay. Reset device. Oink. Filter all the way open. No velocity doing anything. Right. let's start here. See, why are you dying away? Because you suck. Okay, this is going to be kind of annoying. I apologize, but it won't last that long. Each one's only 6 seconds. Okay? Okay, 10 seconds. Or 12 or something. I don't know. It's not 6. Rock and roll! Okay. Okay. See, this is why I normally have that muted, because they're not really that good as sounds to just like, hey man, I want to hear what you're doing. You kinda don't, you know? Now you do, because it's delicious. Sweep that playhead, yo. Let's go one faster. Internal reverb, yes please. There it is. It's breaking up just a little tiny bit. I love it. Grunk, 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 grunk. That's a beautiful thing. Proactive. Yes. Now we can actually make a sequencer track to control this. And that is going to be part 6's job. Okay? Okay? Okay. So with the R bar, you start on C3. C3 is the first layer. Give me purple cable. I need purple cable. So we go part 6 out into the layer control. Oak. Oh, hi. You're not... You're not C3. What are you doing? Oh, it wasn't even playing. Okay, so what we need is... Alright, so this is A1. So what I want is C4, G... Let's see if F is good enough. It should be. Nope. A flat will have to do. Yep. We'll make it 4 notes long. That's easy enough. Okay, so then what we do is we go to A2, right? And we reset this part because it's all goofball. And we yank everything down to C3 and we turn on gates, otherwise it doesn't generate pitch. Okay, now what I need to do is remember what my sequence is. In part 1, we're going to go... Which one is the F? Okay, that's aqua layer. So that's layer 5. So we're going to go... Okay, I'm going to have to think about this for a second. Let's see, C4 is up 2, so what we need is G, C, G, it's another C, so C5, twice in a row. And then G5 for the next 2, or A flat 5 in this case, whatever's closest in the scale. And then what we need is A flat 4, C5, A flat 5 twice in a row. Okay, let's test it. Oops. That seems like a success. It's all good to go. Now, how about a gate? Because if you have a built-in VCA, I feel like you're kind of obligated to use it, maybe, you know? Let's go 8 notes long instead of 16. So this is just a gate triggered by the Turing machine. Okay, now here's the thing, right? We need to go back to part 6. Okay, now I'm going to quickly go to a scene here and just adjust a couple of things. I think everything else should be good. Yeah, it is. So now I've got two scenes. One is with chords and one is without. So scenes in the vector sequencer are basically like arrangements. So each sequence of 8 parts can have, I forget how many different presets. So like totally different sequences, right? With completely different setups in each one. They can all be completely different if you want. And then you can sort of schedule those across like a matrix of scenes and be like, okay, this scene, this part plays, and this part plays in this scene, and so on and so forth. So transitions between chords and stuff. I used to just do it manually and like turn the subsequencer on and off to control the chord changes and stuff. And it's like, dude, only suckers turn knobs. Yeah, that's my mantra, you know? Let's get some parts going, right? Let's get this demon core part going here. I had some kind of ideas about this, and I want it to be really gate dependent. So use a lot of like cool, like short and long gate times and things, and I think that'd be dope as fuck, dude. But before I do anything, I need to set subsequence to actually change the notes that I want them to. So yeah, da da da. Part 4. We'll just do this. Again, I have this saved as a preset, and for some reason, it just didn't load today. Didn't want to load stuff. All right, how long are we gonna make this? I'm thinking, well, we can reformat the part. It's annoying, but I may have to. I kind of want it to be able to do part 8. 8, we can make it length of 64 if we want. But we'll go like so. Reformat part, yes. Okay, not a big deal. Easy peasy. So now we can go up to 32, which I think would be cooler. All right, number 1, we're going to put all these guys down to like an E. I have the part already in mind. You know, something like that. All right, let's reformat this part again and actually make it, instead of a chord part, a mono part. And that way, I can actually use subsequences on it, because you can't do that with a chord part, which is sort of, it makes sense, but it's annoying. Gates. So super short gate. Little short, long, short, long. Mid-length. Long. Okay, and then let's go back to notes. Low E. Okay. That wasn't that painful. I'm always like, do you go chorus and then filter? But if I do, that means no, I know. Let's just go. No, let's not even use chorus. Forget that. I remember I did this last time and it was kind of underwhelming. I was like, okay, so that does nothing. Thank you, chorus, for bore us. No, let's put this guy down here. I should be using a different color. It's unfortunate, but life goes on. I think. Okay, and then what we do is we go here to the like polyphony control, and we just set it to like one note, and that way we can put it to like all of the oscillators playing at once. You can go more than that, but you know, it looks cool. Let's adjust some gate times. Fuck yeah. Me likey. He's through. Hey, Trip Tilt. What we want to do next? I'm trying to think here. Maybe like, I had a cool idea. I want to see if I can implement it, but I think I actually need to use the vector to kind of just try to script this thing out. Okay? So we're gonna try a thing here. What I want is a fifth or a fourth coming from like a chainsaw. So like E on top, B on the bottom. We're in the key of E, right? So just like burn, burn, a fall. So we're gonna time an envelope for like the volume, right? And then what I need to do is time notes bending. That's going to be a little bit tricky. So what I want to think about here is like, how long do I want that to last? Like 2 beats, I think. That would be 3. That's a little long. I think 2 beats sounds good. So I'm going to grab a thing here. Let me think here. How would we do this? I'm going to leave part 3 and 4 alone. And part 2 is, unfortunately, right now, my master reset, which is really stupid. As purely a convenience factor. Yeah, I think part 5 will have to do. So then basically what I want is a 1 measure long sequence. So if it's 8 parts long, let's just do 8th notes. And then we're going to start it on an E4. And so basically I want to like only gate the first step, tie all these guys together. We can even go maybe a hair longer. I don't know. Let's play with that. And then like what it's going to take is sort of like timing these notes to be like, because then I can do glide. All right, so let's get this wired up and do the thing here. We don't need this stupidly long thing.
Just for goddamn sure.
All right, so part 5, and I'm thinking chainsaw, yeah, because you're also right there. Have they started shipping the ripsaw yet? So let's see here. Down a fourth, so that'd be 5 half steps down. I'm still tempted to get one. But then I'd have to figure out an extra 2 HP in that row, which is fucking impossible. Shit. No, we could make it fit. There's a couple of sacrificial lambs up there. The nano rings, I almost never use rings. Like, I mean, seriously, once a year? Doesn't really... Meh. I have an MCO down here, so I would swap out the even VCO for the MCO, which would instantly give me like an extra 2 HP right there. So that'd be a quick fix. Be an easy one, too. I wonder. Anyway, so we're going into a precision adder. And the chainsaw, if you didn't know, has... Where the fuck am I going with this thing, anyways? Let's go to the Dopefer filter here. This duderama. Yeah. The chainsaw has 3 volt per octave ins. So, like, you can give it a polyphonic signal, but it still just has a pair of stereo outputs. Right? So, okay, let's put this in channel 4 or 3 here. That is a little bit extreme on the feedback. Okay, so now we need an envelope. So I kind of want like a bloated attack decay, but that's a little faster than 300 milliseconds, right? Let's see how that does. If we just go into the filter. Let's give it some more gain. It needs to be a little bit quicker. Because you can still hear it going at the end. Go up an octave. Different envelope shape. Let's get to those D's, because there's one that has a slower attack. This guy. Oh, I'm just fucking up somebody else's part here. I'm in the wrong module. Let's put this through a weird reverb. Oh, you know, this might actually be a good candidate to use the convolution. Because I do kind of want to blur it quite a bit. And I think that would be neat. So, let's bust it up here and see. And unfortunately, I need official long-ass brand cables. Oh god, distorting. Okay, you're still clipping. Why are you clipping? Stop clipping. Quit it. It's weird. Maybe he even needs to be a little bit longer? Oops, wrong one. It's almost more of a percussion sound, all right? It's just weird. And I'm okay with that. Okay, however, let's definitely give it a little bit of an overly long cable. No, some modulation here. Where's the bit? There's a purple guy open. Cool. Cool, dude. Purple should be an 8-measure rise and 8-measure fall. So this should give us like a nice happy timed like swell thing. That's better. It's a little bit more on the eerie factor. It's got some ears in it, you know what I mean? Okay, next part. Thing. Honestly, I don't want this guy to modulate with like chord changes and stuff. So, let's not. Let's snot and say we didn't. All right, part tree. Who gonna get me part tree? You gonna come from HV1. And let's put that there HV1 little doo-wacky. Let's use like a detuned sawtooth. We'll just go into this here filter. That guy's got a nice hot output. And unfortunately, this Foxtrot Duo is a little bit on the weak side as far as like just output volume. Okay. All right, and that means we need El Gato. And then it's like, what kind of filter y'all want? Actually, I'm thinking ladder filter with resonance. Because that takes out bass. So, the Moog style, filter model, the ladder filter, because it's like a ladder of diodes of different values in the circuit. Anyways, like as you turn up resonance, you take away bass, which is actually a really good control thing. Like you can like narrow your frequency band like really nicely. So it's a useful sound sculpting tool. And then without resonance, it's just like ginormous, depending on the slope. So we need notes. Let's see here. And we need what kind of part we want. What kind of refrigerator you got? How about something starting low? Like below the root. Boom, 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 boom. Just something simple. Boom, 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 boom. And then on occasion, on the fourth time through, we're going to go 100% chance that instead of playing that B, it's going to play a G sharp. So it'll be like I think that'll be dope. So we need to go from a B to a G sharp, which is a sixth, 9 half steps. Sounds right. And then pattern on every fourth measure. Let's test it. Should be good to go. Yeah, huzzah! Longer envelope. Now, it would be a really nice, happy, simple matter to throw some semi-random modulation into this thing for the level. But it has to be set down right now. Well, you're not doing much, are you? Oh, because I didn't actually do it for channel B because I'm fucking stupid. Very good job with the smartness. I hear it. Cool. Part 4. I need a noise sweep too. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to go ahead and make that real quick. It's probably pretty much ready to go, to be honest. All I need is a trigger. I think this filter is still patched in position. So, last time I made one of these, and I said, literally out loud on stream, now I just can't forget to use it. And I almost did. It's like way, way at the very end of the jam. I was like, fuck. Fucking forgot my birthday. No, you fucking forgot your noise sweep. All right, and then this guy should be set. Yep, it's already on the right voltage and everything. It's all good to go. Yep. Cool. So now if I hit go, it should just go. Let's go a little bit more res. You do have to tweak it to taste. That's better. Starts down earlier. Okay, cool. Put that to bed. Let's see here. Part 4. 8, we're going to mute. We can do part 7 too, which will be cool because I could use like a fifth part or something like that. Just like a really, really repetitive thing. Just a little funky little... Let's see here. Purple. We haven't used the purple part yet. Purple is a fruit. So what do we want to use here? We have many weapons at our disposal, as you can see. We still have the ensemble oscillator. We have another chainsaw. We have FM also. Which might be cool. Built-in envelope and all. Makes life a little bit easier. Let me think here. Who's got a good... Actually, here's an idea. Let's use the ensemble oscillator for our fifths part. Because that's really easy. And then we can go actually kind of do a basic, like a mono part here, and just run it through the C legs. Make it all happy and bouncy and weird. Oh, hi. It really is a terrible sound, isn't it? It's really awful. I need an envelopey. That means... Oh, channel C. Hello. How art thee? We need to go way the fuck over there. That's annoying. But that's okay. Okay, so if we give it an E, what do we got? Oh, Baba O'Reilly, huh? Is that a C? I think that's a C. That sounds like a C. Let me hook up my Rhodes really quick for reference. Quick and easy tuning. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's good. Which means it's still in tune. Oh, you're not synced at all, are you? How dare you? note. Let's put it on like a 16th note random. Not slow though. Yeah. I don't really like that. Okay. Then I think what would be cool would be to use water to modulate the envelope time. Yeah. Let's do that. Tim. Let's pull this. Put this into the Volt Proc and get us. Okay. Part 7. This guy is going to take the place of what I normally have, which is like an analog oscillator doing a thing, just doing like an arpeggio. So let's put this dude as like our sort of like basic ass arpeggio thing. Maybe make it like 7 notes long. And then I can set this thing to mono. Oh, it already is. Okay, well that was easy. Who want dude? I guess Morpheus, because it's there. Okay, part 5 we can mute also. So mysterious. Let's just do a generic slow sloths for this thing in the filter. Okay, well I only have room for one more part, and that's going to be a lead from this here melodizer. Okay. So, let's fire something up here. Color do we want to make this? It's too much damn red up there, I tell you. Need more green. Well, as long as we're using super saws for everything, we might as well use super saws for everything, you know? Who's got a filter for him? I guess we'll go to the, all tuckled out of the way in here. The Procyon. But then this dude is going to go into the delay cloud maker, i.e. the emitter Versio. And then we'll give it some shimmer and make it sound all lovely. Loverly. It's so lovely. It's the final patch point. Kind of is. Assuming this will make it to this filter. Oh, you son of a bitch. Like so. I like the idea of throwing some modulation into that. We're sorry, we're out of green cables. Can't be done. How high is it going to go here? It's actually a little bit more would be cool. Okay, let's put that guy away. I think we're ready for jam time here. So, this is the time that I warn all you cats. That if you're a photosensitive person, you should probably turn the video off right now. Because shit's gonna get tripped out. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Because I have a new video mixer. which means now we just fly. I love hardware. Just being able to go, yoink, here we go. Doing a thing. And I'm muting my microphone.
केशवाय नमः नारायणाय नमः माधवाय नमः गोविन्दाय नमः 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 केशवाय नमः नारायणाय नमः
Thank you, chanting Indian men. Even though you were a little bit fast in that first phrase. However, I think we can all agree that the star of the show was the accidental triangle part. Simple gate pattern tuned to a single note, and then the pitch output is going into the decay of the timpleggio. It's just beautiful. Hey, and thanks for the super chats, guys. That's freaking awesome. I got no words. So I do this for fun and to, give my artistic brain an injection, and the fact that people actually dig it is super dope. So appreciate it. I appreciate your existence on this stream. So Sunday. So yeah, ambient faux show. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you then.